Hi, did you recently read the news? Last summer, a Swiss company wanted to purchase $36 million worth of copper from a Chinese factory. What was delivered to them was a bunch of painted stones. Keep that story in mind, it's getting more important again later. But before that, let's go back to the beginning. No, not the very beginning. We're not talking about the Big Bang. Remember, it's about documents and contracts. Everything that we do as humans leaves a trace. And we are very good at leaving those, be it buildings, coins, or other artifacts. But then there's also a lot of unintentional traces, such as rubbish or even receipts. Historically, they are all of equal importance and help us get a full picture. Scholars have always been able to paint pictures with what information they have. Unfortunately, those were always partial pictures due to the lack of information. And it's the same for businesses. It is hard to understand what you should do next when you don't have all the information. So, the more data there is available, the better it is, both for the historian to look backward and for businesses to look forward. Even trickier still, data presents itself to you based on your context, and not everyone sees data the very same way. Remember this? The dress is black and blue. The dress is gold and white. So you see, source data has its own problems. Can we trust what we see? And can we trust ourselves? So as you can see, context is key. The more data we have, the fuller the picture becomes that we want to paint. So let's introduce our first document of the series, the tablet of Ir-Nazir. This nearly 4,000-year-old clay tablet tells the story about a merchant and a customer. The customer, Nani, wanted to purchase high-quality grade copper from his merchant Ir-Nazir. But when Nani's servant came to pick it up, not only was the quality bad, the servant was also treated very rudely by Ir-Nazir. So what we pretty much deal with here is a 4,000-year-old clay-baked complaint letter. This seemingly trivial document has found its way to the British Museum, where it now helps us understand business dealings in history. But what can we learn from this? First of all, it is very important to put important things in writing, and even more so when you have to bake your messages. Second, as a business party, always uphold your side of the deal, because if you don't, it will backfire. Ir-Nazir was lucky that Google and Trustpilot weren't around 4,000 years ago. But the clay message survived. And thirdly, coming back to the original question in this episode, if we can trust this source to give us a good picture, we know from other sources that survived that Ir-Nazir was not the most reliable merchant. So we understand that Nani's complaint was indeed valid. So, the takeaway is this. The more sources we have, the more information we have to apply. The picture becomes clearer, which helps us in our decision-making process going forward. I'm Arvid, and this has been another episode of D's and C's.